Every year, the Grammys celebrate the best in music, but sometimes even the most acclaimed, culturally impactful albums walk away empty-handed. In this video, we're counting down 6 great albums that were nominated for Grammys, but didn't win a single one. These projects were adored by fans, critics, and the charts, yet the Recording Academy had other plans. Anti by Rihanna. When Rihanna released Anti, it became her artistic rebirth. Gone were the radio-friendly hits. Instead, we got a raw, experimental, and soulful project that defied expectations. Critics and fans loved it, calling it her best work. Anti went platinum within hours and spawned timeless hits like Work, Needed Me, and Love on the Brain. At the 2017 Grammys, Rihanna received 8 nominations, including Best Urban Contemporary Album, Best Recording Package, and Best R&B Performance. But despite the praise, she didn't win a single one. Most notably, Anti lost Best Urban Contemporary Album to Beyoncé's Lemonade, another cultural giant. Still, many fans feel Anti's understated brilliance, its introspective lyrics, and genre-bending production deserved its own recognition. The Grammys didn't just overlook a great album, they ignored a defining moment in Rihanna's artistic evolution. Hit Me Hard and Soft by Billie Eilish. Billie's Hit Me Hard and Soft is a dreamy, introspective dive into identity, love, and the pain of growing up under a spotlight. It mixed synth pop with ethereal production, exploring sexuality and self-discovery in a way only Billie can. The album was a critical darling, with a Metacritic score of 89, making it one of the highest-rated albums of 2024. The album and its songs received a total of 7 Grammy nominations, including Album of the Year, Best Pop Vocal Album, Song of the Year, and Record of the Year, but despite the praise, Billie was completely shut out, losing major categories to Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us and Beyoncé's Cowboy Carter. Fans argue that Billie's subtle, experimental sound deserved to go home with at least one award. Ironically, this wasn't her first shutout. Her previous album, Happier Than Ever, also received 7 nominations at the 2022 Grammys and won nothing. Daydream by Mariah Carey. In the mid-90s, Mariah Carey was unstoppable. Her 5th studio album, Daydream, was a global smash, blending pop, R&B, and gospel in ways that would shape the sound of the decade. At the 1996 Grammys, Mariah earned 6 nominations, including Album of the Year and Record of the Year, but somehow Daydream didn't win a single one. It lost Album of the Year to Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill, and Best Pop Vocal Album to Joni Mitchell's Turbulent Indigo. Many believe it was the classic case of pop perfection being taken for granted, dismissed as too commercial. But decades later, Daydream stands taller than ever, a flawless fusion of artistry and mainstream success that the Grammys simply couldn't see. Melodrama by Lorde. Melodrama is about solitude, youthful isolation, heartbreak, and the euphoria of emotional extremes. It's theatrical pop built around internal landscapes, and it was widely praised as Lorde's fearless major label masterpiece. It earned 1 nomination in 2018 for Album of the Year, but it didn't win, losing to Bruno Mars's 24K Magic. For an album that critics hailed as a generational statement, that result still feels like an odd mismatch between critics' esteem and Academy votes. Control by SZA. SZA's Control is a vulnerable album about insecurity, yearning, love, and identity in a digital world. It's candid, flawed, and deeply personal. The album defined a generation of late-night playlists and vulnerable songwriting. It earned 5 Grammy nominations in 2018, including Best New Artist and Best Urban Contemporary Album, but she won 0. That year, Bruno Mars's 24K Magic dominated, winning many of the general and pop urban awards that were in direct competition with Control. Critics later argued that Control was too unconventional and introspective for Grammy voters looking for bold anthems or safe songs. SZA herself has spoken about how raw the disappointment felt. For fans, it was a rallying cry that the Academy still wasn't fully reflecting contemporary R&B and alt-pop shifts. 444 by Jay-Z. Jay-Z's 444 is introspective, examining legacy, race, fatherhood, infidelity, and financial literacy. It's more confessional than the luxury rap Jay-Z was known for. It was a mature, reflective comeback, and was recognized with 8 Grammy nominations also in 2018, including Album of the Year. Yet on the night, he was shut out entirely. 8 nominations and no wins. That kind of result became an instant talking point, a David and Goliath example of the Grammys' unpredictability. The album lost most of its nominations to Bruno Mars and Kendrick Lamar. For example, Record of the Year and Song of the Year were won by Bruno's tracks, and Kendrick dominated the rap categories. Critics argued that 444 was too subtle for the flashy crossover appeal voters favored, while Bruno's 24K Magic was sonically polished and crowd-pleasing. Jay-Z later referenced the snub in his music, saying,
"Tell the Grammys fuck that 0 for 8 shit."
Some of these artists later won other Grammys, or the records aged into classics anyway, but the memory of that year never quite fades. Which of these shutouts bothered you the most? Drop your pick in the comments, and tell us one album you think the Grammys got totally wrong. If you like this countdown, like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more deep dives into music that matters.